Welcome back. In today's video, I'm going to show you guys exactly how to build a farmhouse. I'm going to give you a step-by-step tutorial. Step 1 is to build a 15 by 15 square. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. And then what we're going to do, now that we have our square, we're going to count 5 in. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and on this fifth one, we're going to make a little mark. Same thing on this side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we're going to make it a total of 7 wide. And then we're going to do the exact same thing on this other side. We want to make sure that our house stays fairly symmetrical. So then you'll end up with a shape that looks like this, with your main square and then 2 smaller squares off the sides. And then what we're going to do is we're going to go up. So 1, 2, 3, 4. So what you want to do is you have a bottom layer, 3 for window, and then a top beam. And then we're just going to re-outline this entire house. And then from there, what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and start marking out our windows. So we'll swap that out, and we'll do 2 by 3 windows on each side of the door. And then over here on the side, we're going to make some more of those 2 by 3 windows. This area here that is a 3 by 3, we'll just leave that solid. And then again in the back, we're just going to do that same pattern of the 2 by 3 windows. And we're just going to mirror exactly what we did on the front. From there, what I'm going to do is I'm going to put in some windows. I like to use the light gray stained glass panes. I just think it looks better than the clear glass. It just adds a little more character to it. So I'm just going to go ahead and fill that in for all of the windows. Okay, and once we've got all of our windows in, we're going to go ahead and start working on the second floor. So what we're going to do is we'll go up 1, 2, 3, 4. Again, so we have a space 3 for windows. And we're just going to frame in the next floor. For this one, what we're going to do is we're not going to go over the parts that stick out, so we're only going to do that 15 by 15 square. That will be a second floor. And then from there, we're just going to, again, go ahead and put in our windows. They should line up very nicely with the ones on the first floor. And then here on the sides, what we're going to do is we're just going to bring in a beam to continue where that first floor was, and we're just going to fill it in with wood planking. There won't be any windows, but that's okay because that's where the roof line is going to end up. So we just want to make it solid. So that's what we've got so far. The next thing that I want to do is we're going to add in a porch. I think porches are a very big thing in farmhouse culture. It was an area where people would spend a lot of time. So what we're going to do is we're going to make it 3 wide, and I'm going to use a slightly darker wood just to add a little bit of contrast. And you want to make sure that you wrap it all the way around. Or at the very least, wrap it around the front like I'm doing here. Now that you have that on, we want to go ahead and add in our roofing on it. So we're just going to come here on our beam between the floors. We're going to do a black stone slab on the top. And we'll just wrap that around. And then we're going to do another slab on that exact same level. And to go over our last little bit, we're going to come down a half slab. So it'll be a bottom slab of the same black stone, and we're just going to wrap it around. In front, we're going to put in a 3 stairs. I'm using the polished andesite because I think it looks nice. And then we're going to grab some dark oak fencing, so a darker wood than both the house and the porch, since it'll add some nice accenting. And then we're just going to place the posts in the corners, go all the way up to the roofing. And then you have the choice. You can either have it as an open porch like this, or if you want to add in a fence in, what I recommend doing is you grab gates of the same material. So these are dark oak gates. And you use those instead of the actual fencing. So there's the first lower bit of your house. So then what we're going to do is we're going to grab some trapdoors, and you want to use these like shutters. Think of these like the shutters outside of your window. And you want to do something that's going to add in a little bit more color. And we're just going to go ahead and place these in our 2x3 window areas. I'm going to leave this area open so that we can do something for the doorway. And then this is going to be a roof, so you don't need anything there. And then again, around where this back door is going to be, I'm going to leave these 2 posts without the shutters. There we go. So what we have should look like this. And then we're going to go ahead and put in our front door. For this one, we're going to use a jungle door. I'm going to put that, and then above the door, we're just going to hang a lantern. There, and then we're also going to put it on the back, both on the first floor, and then up here on the second floor where we left a window. And then we'll fill in wood planking, just like that. So now that we've got that, what we're going to do is we're going to start working on the roof. For me, it's the easiest to come over to the little side wings, and we're going to use deep slate tile to start with. And we're just going to build these up. Just the stairs, just like you did on your very first day of Minecraft. And then at the top, we're just going to use a bottom slab to cover like that. And we're going to do the same thing on the other side as well. Okay, so our roofs will look like this, where we've got the 2 wings with their sloped roofs going in. And then we're just going to go ahead and make a simple roof up here on the main square as well. So we'll start making a little birch staircase scaffolding, and we're going to do that again on both sides. And then again, we're going to use our deep slate tile to start with. And we're just going to make a simple slanted roof. Okay, now that we've got our roof on, it's time to talk the D word. And the D word in this case is details. So what we're going to do is we're going to expand the roof 1 line past where it currently is. So we want to make sure that it's not just flat. Flat is boring. So we're going to go ahead, we'll extend it. And then here at the top, we're going to go ahead and do an upside down stair with a slab on top to keep the roof the same. And then we're also going to go ahead and do upside down stairs the entire length as well. So this will make a nicer arch and less blocky on the outside. And then we're going to go ahead and we'll do the same thing on this other side. Okay, and now that we've gotten that done, we're going to go ahead and place in a small runner in front. So we're going to grab our half slabs again, and we're going to do a top slab just running in front to help split this up. We're going to do that both the front and the back. So if you really want to just keep it as a nice, simple, very, very clean roof line, you can use that, or you can go ahead and do what we're about to do, and what we're going to do is texture. Texturing is something that needs to be done very, very carefully. If you do it weird or wrong, it's going to mess up and just look like hot garbage in my mind. So what we're going to do is we've got our roof line. We're just going to go through and break out a few random blocks. You don't want to do too many, and you don't want them to be super close together, but you want to do enough that it'll look less like you were short blocks and more that you were making this choice or something is weathered. And we're just going to go ahead and swap in some of the black stone stairs. So you end up with something that looks a little, your pattern may be different, but you'll end up with something like that, which will help make it look like the house has been in use and a little weathered. So we're just going to do that pretty much anywhere that you have roof line. Okay, so now that we've gotten that done, our next thing that I want to add is going to be some dormers. Dormers are these top little windows, and you can see them here. They are these little windows. They stick out of the roof a little bit and just help break it up again. So what we're going to do is we're going to come 1, 2, and then on the third one, we're going to place a block 1, 2, that should be fine. And just like that. So we'll have the entire thing will be 4 blocks wide. So again, we're going to come in 1, 2 from the edge, place your block, skip 2, and that's your next block. And you're going to want to go ahead and make this 3 or 4 high So that way you can have your 2x3 window, and then you're just going to run this into the roof. So it'll end up looking a little boxish for now, but once we add in the roof lines, it'll be just fine. And then clear out the roof tiles that are inside of it, and give it some solid walls. Okay, so now that we've got those, they look a little weird, a little boxy right now, but we're going to go ahead and add in our roof lines. And we're going to do the same type of roof that we did before, so just a simple arch. And you want to make sure that they connect to the roof tiles that are already there. And again, you're going to want to bring those forward. And then we're also going to extend them one down. And then just like we did on the side, we're going to put in some stairs that are upside down underneath to help make those lines more solid. Okay, so now that we've gotten our dormers in, we're just going to go ahead and do what we did to the first floor. We're going to do those again. So we've got our light gray windows. And we're going to go ahead and put some shutters up here as well. So there we go. That is the brunt of the outside. For the inside, it's really, really easy. We're just going to go ahead and place in our floor, which I'm just going to use the same birch planks, but you can use whatever you would like. Once we get to the inside, it's really more of a personal preference type of situation. So then once you have your first floor in, you're going to want to start putting in your second floor. And what I recommend is you go ahead and you put in top slabs on the beam between the windows, because that will let you create support beams that you can use as decoration and part of the decor to help break up the monotonous ceiling. Okay, so we've gotten our roof in, or our ceiling, I suppose. And you can see how it's just very, very flat in here. But what you can do if you want to help break it up is we're just going to choose a few lines, and we're going to add in some decorative beams. And what do I mean by beams is we're going to grab some stairs and we're going to place them upside down. So you end up with a small little ridge line that'll look like a support beam. And if you wanted to be really crazy, you could use a different type of wood. So you could use like an oak or something. But that wouldn't be as clean and it wouldn't blend so seamlessly with the flooring above. But you can see that kind of adds in that support beam look. And over here we can do the same type of thing for the area between the house and the wings. We can go ahead and replace those with upside down stairs, and you can see that it helps break it up a little bit, but it's not too intrusive, and it's a small beam. The last thing that I'm going to show you on the inside is you just have to put in a staircase. You can do whatever you want. I usually like to do my staircases in a slightly different material, so this time I'm going to pull in the oak, and we're just going to go up. Nothing crazy. Doesn't have to be curved, doesn't have to be straight, doesn't have to be anywhere. You could use a ladder if you really wanted to. But we're just going to go ahead and place in our stairs so we can get up to the second floor. Other than that, I'm going to leave the inside up to your imagination. You can customize it however you would like. There is one last bit that we need to take care of on the outside. So on the back area, this again looks very, very flat, and what we're going to do about that is we're going to make a porch. So we're going to come out 3 blocks again, and we're going to go 1 block under each window. And then we're going to go ahead and grab our deep slate stairs, and we're just going to wrap it around and create a small little porch here. And then up here on the second floor, we're going to go ahead and put in a little bit of a railing. I'm not sure why it was very common to put like a false little porch up top, but it was. So we're going to go ahead and do that. So this has been a super simple farmhouse tutorial. If you want to build a different one, I have a video on how to build. If you want a different style of farmhouse, I put out a video on the building of this one. If you want to see how this one is actually built, go ahead, drop a comment below. I will go ahead and put a video together for that. But it's just a different style of farmhouse. Thank you so much for joining me today. I hope this tutorial inspires you to build some other houses. Maybe if you're building a small town or neighborhood, you can put in different types of houses. If you liked the video, drop a thumbs up. If you hated it, drop a thumbs down. If you have a different type of house that you want to see, drop that in a comment below. Otherwise, I will catch you in the next one. And be sure to tell your pet that I love them very much.